Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is Irene White, all the way from Chicago, Illinois. In the studio, I have amazing people. I can't wait for you to meet them. But I'm going to let my co host introduce herself, and then we're going to go to our guests.
Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. We're here again on Sunday, the Insaka Talk Show. It's been a while. Like Irene said, we have amazing guests that are doing amazing things all the way from the United States of Zambia, from the United States of America into Zambia and bridging whatever gap it is to change people's lives.
Thank you so much, Priska. Now, please welcome a very fabulous team that has made eyes rolling, people sitting at the edge of their chairs. Like me, I'm so proud. But anyway, let me say, welcome, Mr. Future Mpundu,
Thank
and
you.
welcome, Mr. Wayne Molenga.
Thank you. Thank you.
Both
Thank you
my
for having
friends, but thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I don't know why I thought it was Wayne Mwenya.
Yes, it's Wayne
Yes.
Mlenga.
Wayne
Mwenya.
Mlenga, but because he didn't use the Mlengas, the
Okay.
Wayne. Yeah,
Alright.
just
Guys,
anyway.
it's
So
nice to have you here. It's been a couple of years since you were here. Prestige Health, doing amazing things.
Thank you. Mhm.
trying to.
You're making a difference in people's lives. Trust me, you're making a difference.
Thank you.
Future, can you enlighten people where you were chiming in because you didn't put your state?
I'm on Earth somewhere.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We're on.
No, I'm currently in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, Scottsdale, Arizona, you guys. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Arizona. And my dear friend Wayne, can you tell people where you're chiming in?
Yes, I'm chiming in from Chicago, Illinois.
Woohoo.
It's so cold. I would never ever want to come to
Oh
Chicago.
my gosh,
this time of the
it's
year.
in the 20s today.
I
Yes.
cannot.
For some reason, I love the cold.
I cannot.
Gosh, no.
It's good
Can
for
it
my
be summer
skin.
already?
It's good for my skin.
Well, let's get into it, Irene.
Yes, okay, you guys, we have a very loaded program, but as usual, we want to just get to have a little laugh. So we have, some programs coming in, but we need to do an icebreaker so you guys can kind of like feel our energy this morning. So, what is our icebreaker question, Ms. Preska? All right, this is good. I'm going to start with our guests. So, many, many more. I'm going to start with Wayne. What lesson could others learn from your life?
Um, dream big.
Oh,
Dream big, imagine big, trust your plans in God, and God will make a way for you. Like, don't ever limit yourself. You should dream like your wildest dream, and God will make it happen. Dream big, believe in yourself, dream big, and trust your plans in God, and everything will start falling in place.
I want to be your best friend.
What's that?
I want to be your best friend.
I know, right?
I want to be your best friend. When's your birthday?
Yes, we're best friends. It's official. We're best friends.
Yes. When is your birthday?
August 29th.
Okay, August 29th. I'm December 2nd. I'm a Sag. So we kind of
Oh,
like,
okay,
yes.
okay.
Nothing is impossible.
All right,
I'm
so
a-
we're going to
I'm a
write
fellow
that down and
Sagittarius
share
here,
it.
you know?
Huh?
Yes, future too. Yeah.
I said we're going to write that down, what Wayne said, and we're going to share it with the world.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
powerful. Yes, that's really powerful. And you, Mr. Mpundu?
I'm still learning from my life constantly, but if somebody had to take a page out of my life, I would say adaptability and perseverance. Irene, you've known me for quite some time now, and
Mhm.
there were times that I was in shenanigans and I feel like my life is stalled, but I took that time to use whatever was going on as a fuel to take me to where I needed to be. So believe in the challenges as growth opportunities, and you gotta get where you need to.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I don't take what you just said lightly because, like you said, I've known Future for a very long time. He's really an inspiration because knowing what I knew about him then and where he is right now, it's a huge step that every young person out there can see through Future and see their lives unfold. He's a good example, and then we'll take you around the nation so you can talk about it.
Actually, that wasn't Future. That was Freddie.
Oh,
That was who? That was who?
Freddie.
Oh, okay.
That's what we called him
all
then.
right. Well, Priska, what lesson could others learn from you from your life?
Mine is very simple. Is treat people the way you would like to be treated. Be kind and pay it forward.
That's simple and
It's just
sweet. I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. I work with energy. The energy you give me is what I give you. If I want to be treated kind, I treat you kind. I've also learned to learn how to pay things forward. Like just pay it forward. Somebody's kind to you, be kind to the next person. Make a difference in somebody's life.
That's good.
I mean,
As for me, I think I don't let people sit on my happiness. I don't let negative things distract my vision of looking at people for who they are and giving a chance to people. I'm a good listener. Try to listen a lot because sometimes you might miss your friends' struggles that you can actually help them by not listening. Because sometimes people tend to talk and not listen. Sometimes when your friend is talking to you about a problem, they don't want you to say anything. They just want you to listen. Because we have friends, like I have customized friends. I have friends that I tell my personal things. I have friends that I tell about my work growth. I have friends that I joke around with. So if I come to you and you're the person that I come to all the time with my problems, I just want you to listen. If I want you to say something, I will tell you, hey, what do you think? So try and listen and laugh a lot. Life is too short.
Yeah.
Don't take things too hard. Don't sleep angry. If you're angry now, it's okay. Tomorrow should be a better day and you should laugh about it. And people will be like, wait a minute, isn't he the one who was angry yesterday? So it's very hard to see me angry. I don't think Future and Mwanya have seen me angry.
Never.
No.
Never. I've never seen that side of you.
I don't have any shred of me. Even Priska will attest to that.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how you do it. Me, I will go from 0 to 100. 0 to 100, we're enemies. Today, I would never break bread with you. I would never sit with you. Then tomorrow, I'll be like, okay, I'll think about it.
I don't have it. But it's a beautiful thing that we all have very strong personalities that people learn from us and grow with their struggles as well. Because if somebody is watching this show and they hear what Priska said, they hear what Future said, and they hear what Wayne said and what I said, they'll pick one thing up and say, you know what? I've been draining in this bad energy for a very long, for what? Let me loosen up. You never know who's listening. That's the reason why Insaka we inspire, enlighten, educate. Those are the reasons why we chose those words. We don't have a community news today. We normally pick a news from either Zambia or around the world, wherever. But today we're going, because we're in the holidays spirit, we're just going to talk about the holidays. So please don't tell me you bought a Tesla or whatever new car is out there because I'm broke. Let's talk about the smaller things so I can feel like I'm in the safe place. Future, what are you doing for your Christmas?
Like I said, I'm in Scottsdale this week and spending time with my wife's family, of course.
Oh, nice.
So it's all about Christmas. I don't think I'm expecting anything, but I did give to my minions. So as long as they're happy, I'm good.
That's good. Do you exchange gifts as a family or you just buy for for the children?
I think we've got to a point where we just now buy for the kids because
Okay, that
they
makes sense.
the value of always give me doesn't equate to value, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. But I can see him when you're painting the town red wherever he's going, because this one, the husband, oh my
Happy
God.
like Malenga.
You know, the Malengas, sometimes I want to be in your excess baggage just to
Don't worry,
fall.
girl. You can come along.
What are you doing for Christmas?
So we're traveling to Minnesota to
Okay.
visit my family. Yeah, because we alternate. Last year we were in New York visiting Greg's family. Now this year we'll be in Minnesota visiting my family.
Oh,
That's okay.
nice. That's a very nice trade-off. Yeah, that's very nice. Mrs. Chiro?
I'm not doing anything. It's my day off. I'm sleeping in bed. I don't have a tree. I'm not putting it up. I don't have intentions of buying gifts. So please don't expect anything. I'm tired. I'll think about if I'll do gift cards for the kids and Happy, but I'm not going above and beyond. I'm not doing it this year. It's my day off. I just want to sleep in. I don't want to be taking down trees and be cleaning and cooking will just be like normal, like we do.
Okay.
What
Well,
do you do?
no, my son really doesn't care whether I buy anything for him or not. You know that, Priska. So I'm probably gonna give him a gift card or some money if he takes it from me. But I give to families in Zambia. I have two families that I'm giving this year. So I just randomly pick them. I have friends that go and find them. So those are the people that I feed every year. I do that. So I don't know who they are yet. They normally give me the names like a day before Christmas.
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
did my birthday, so I'm not giving Christmas. So we're gonna go to commercial when we
So
come
you,
back.
so you, Priska, you're the Grinch in this group, right?
So
Yes, she's a
You're
Grinch.
the
Yeah.
Grinch.
Yes, she's a Grinch because she's
Oh.
not doing anything.
I don't even know what the Grinch The Grinch
Grinch
is a
doesn't
little
know
Christmas
Christmas.
thing. I don't even know what the Grinch does. What does the Grinch do?
You
The
need to
Grinch
watch the
tries to
Grinch
steal
that
Christmas.
stole Christmas.
Oh, I'm behind.
Other, yeah.
I'm not.
You need to watch so you can say, "Man, they got me a Grinch."
I will watch today. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
let's
So,
move to commercial. And
all
then when
right.
we come back, Irene, you want to introduce the topic and what we're talking about?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Welcome back. Welcome back. For those that are just tuning in, this is the Insaka Talk Show. And in the studio is me and Priska. I'm sure you're familiar with our faces. But we have our dear friends, very great supporters of Insaka, and you guys are doing great things. I cannot wait for them to dive in and talk about the progress. They've been on our show, I think twice, like a couple years ago, and from then to now, we could not resist but bring them back on the show so they can talk about it. But you guys, I want you to tell me when I saw this on Fox 32, I was like, wait a minute, I know those faces. That's my friend Wayne. That's Maureen. I was screaming on top of the world, and I didn't even pay attention to read because I wasn't even reading. I was just looking at the faces. You guys are like our pride here in Chicago, and the fact that it's a local news here in Chicago and Fox, yo, I don't even know how you got there. What things
Because
with
we
you,
are
Pooh?
prestige.
What things with you,
Connections.
Pooh? Connections, right?
Connections. Yeah, we owe it all to our PR person,
Hmm.
Felicia. Yeah,
Yeah.
Felicia has been a really, really good support to Prestige. So she's our public relations person. So she's the one who always makes it possible every year for us to get an opportunity to share what we're doing on on the news.
Okay, that's good. So, you guys, the topic today is from US to Zambia, bridging healthcare and holistic wellness. And here with us is Mwenya and Future, like I said, they're from Prestige Clinic, right? But we're talking
Yes.
about the foundation today.
Prestige Wellness Foundation and Prestige Clinic.
Okay. So you see, it's a mouthful. You got a lot of stuff that you guys are doing. We are lost right now, but I think I'm going to let you explain to us so we don't miss anything and take your shine. So, can you tell us a little bit about your journey, like the journey of prestige? Just the word prestige, because it comes with a whole bunch of legs and wings and stuff. So, just tell us about prestige.
So,
You can go ahead, Future.
well, the journey of Prestige, where do we begin? So, in 2020, I want to say 2020, we had a vision of starting a home health company in Zambia. We did a
Mhm.
SWOT analysis, looked at how many companies were doing that, and we figured nobody was really doing that. So we delved into let's start this so we can help family members back home because we oftentimes you hear a family member they're in a hospital and they have the gap between inpatient and outpatient is just there was no care in between. So we figured if we started something that is kind of bridging the gap between inpatient care and outpatient care, we'll
Mhm.
continue. There's continuality of care in between. We'll be helping out. So along the way, that vision evolved. Um, we now, from a clinic, we've been upgraded to a mini hospital. We offering a whole wide range of specialty care. We have physical therapy, we have maternity, we have
Mm.
gyne,
Wow.
urology. We can admit people now if need be. So we've been upgraded to a mini hospital. So we've evolved quite a bit since the beginning. But along the way, we met somebody, Larry Parrish, who's a board member. He was looking for somebody to go on a mission to Zambia because he's a pastor, and one of a mutual friend introduced us, and I met up with Larry. He was like, "Oh, hey, I have a person who's going on a mission to Zambia. I'm looking for people that are in a healthcare business, so that instead of just doing the spiritual aspect of things, we also doing the mind, body, and soul." I was
Mm.
like,
Nice.
"Oh, well, you came to the right person because me and my partners run a clinic." So, oh, great, God put me in your way. So I was like, "Yeah, God did put you in my way." So he's like, "Okay, how have you guys been doing this?" So we're like, we just do it out of our pockets. It was like, well, you guys have been helping people start foundations and stuff, but this all foundation stuff was still in our back of our head. We have
Hmm.
not acted on it yet. Wayne had been speaking about it, and we were just like, "Oh, we need to do this. We need to do this." But then Larry was kind of like the spark that pushed us further, and we kept going. So now where we are at the moment, we how do I want to say it? When do you want to pick up?
Yeah. So this is where now the Prestige Wellness Foundation comes in, because even though we had the clinic and the clinic was up and running, we were still doing things in the background where we were helping the community. So we had already adopted some families that on a monthly basis would supply them with food supplies, and these were like we had identified some elderly that were really vulnerable, that did not have family members. And so we had adopted about 10 families that we were already doing in the background. So when Larry heard about that, he was like, oh my gosh, so you guys actually don't realize what you're doing. What you're doing is you're giving back to the community. Have you really thought about starting up a foundation? And like Future said, we're like, well, it's been at the back of our minds. So he encouraged us. Larry literally encouraged us and said, what you guys are doing is huge, and you can make a much more impact in people's lives if you do it now at a broader, like when you look at it on a broader perspective. And so that's how Prestige Wellness Foundation now came to be. And so under Prestige Wellness Foundation, we now have the clinic, which is we're helping like bridge the gap in the healthcare industry, like Future alluded, where our number one thing at the clinic is excellent customer service. Like Priska had said earlier, treating people the way that you would want to be treated. And so with us being in the healthcare industry here in the United States, we have seen how customer service and just being kind and treating people well when they come, those people are already vulnerable, they're patients and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that even when we started the clinic, we were like, we're going to be known for exceptional customer service. Yeah. And then, and then on the other hand, we now have the outreach program, which has now really grown from just the few families that we had adopted to now where we have kind of like we have taken the what is it called again?
Matero Senior Home. I gotta apologize. I got my brother-in-law walked in here and he just lost my train of thought. I'm like, did he just walk in here?
It's everyday life. It's normal. We have family members. My daughter was here. It's an Insaka.
So we have Senior Home. When I was in Zambia this past was it August? I had a chance to go visit Matero Senior's home, and when we were working with them, I thought it was a home for like old people. Mm-hmm. But when I actually went there, it's you'll be amazed at the people that are in this place. Some of them are just have hit like rock bottom, like family members don't want anything to do with them. Some of them mentally challenged, and then they were well-spoken people, like well-dressed, and like, how did you get here? They're like, oh, I became homeless, and some of them were due to whatever the betting game thing they do in Zambia, they lost their home. Now they're in a situation like this. So it really touched my heart. Like, okay, we really doing something, because when you're not seeing what you're putting in, you don't get the value of it. And like I think Priska said this earlier, paying forward. Like to get where we are, there's so many people that have helped us along the way, and this is our way of paying forward.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so other than the Matero home, so what we do is at least either monthly or every other month, we supply them with food supplies and just essential commodities like, toothpaste, toilet paper, and then food supplies to last them at least a month or so. So we do that. And then also under our umbrella of the outreach programs, we have continued like supporting families here and there, the vulnerable families. And now we have a new project. Well, we've been doing this annual event where we do a major Christmas event for orphans and underprivileged children in Zambia. We this year was another successful one, which we had yesterday, and this time around, it really has.
Okay, that one.
Yes,
Oh, so that's your third annual Christmas party.
yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this time around, we're at Ivonanje Community School, which we were also the same location last year. And we would like to officially let the world know that we are adopting Ivonanje Community School as a Prestige Wellness Foundation. And it's going to be a major project. We have put a plan, a 5-year plan for them, where we'll start with infrastructure. Improving the infrastructure that they currently have there. And then on top of that, building more infrastructure. We're going to create a feeding program, a nutrition program, because these kids are coming from really, really poor families that they end up not having anything throughout the day, and they'll only have one meal when they go back home. So when we were doing more research about this, the teachers were like, it's so sad to see these kids having a hard time concentrating in school because they are literally on an empty stomach. So we're going to do that nutrition program. Then we'll be providing them with school supplies, books, pencils, pens, etc. And then also the teachers there all this time. This school has been in existence for, I think, over 15 years, and all they have is just volunteers. So it's a community school which teachers in the community just volunteered and said, well, I mean, instead of these kids just running around, let's see what we can do. And so they've been really been struggling with funding that the teachers have not even, they don't get paid. They literally just volunteer. So that's another aspect that we want to engage, where the teachers will finally start getting paid. And we just want to start building the next generation of leaders that are going to take over from us. And we thought, why not give that opportunity to these vulnerable children who really don't have anywhere to start from? So that's where we
sorry to interrupt. I didn't want to lose my thought. Future talked about he went to visit the maternal house, and you talked about community, right? Living in the United States of America, of course, you're in healthcare, you know how things are, and taking Prestige Clinic to Zambia. What impact has that done in the actual community where you are, like just the positive things, even where you see people's mindsets change that are literally seeing the things that you're doing, customer service, how you're treating people, making a difference in people's lives? Have you seen that shift in the community?
Yeah. Let me talk a little bit about Ivona State. Maybe that we give backstory to how this whole school started. That when anybody that's listening in, if you're willing to help, they will take all the help they can. So Wananchi, how it started, the lady, Miss Listanawila, it's located in Mississippi compound. So the nearest school,
Mississippi compound.
Okay.
So the nearest school from Mississippi at the time this community school started was about 7 kilometers away. So you can imagine a 7-year-old walking 7 kilometers to school and back. A lot of them ended up just staying at home. So when she's walking around the neighborhood, she'll see this sitting around, and she'll ask, "Why didn't you go to school?" They'll say it's too far. So she took like 2 kids and started teaching them from our own living room. And then the church heard about it. They gave her a hall. You can start doing this in a hall at United Church Zambia hall. Then as we did it, Land, and now here we are. I did have a chance to go to Ivananji, and it's depleted. If you walked into the classrooms, you would. I wish we had some images to share here, but you would cry. It is terrible, and a lot of these kids don't. The stark reality of being in a classroom with a computer or not, that doesn't exist for them. This is what we work with, but we also trying to focus on changing their mindset. Like your situation doesn't define who you become. It's all about changing this mindset. This is your current situation, but you can be whatever you want to be in this world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we already seeing the change in that community based on the interactions that we've been having with the teachers, because we also trying to change how they look at these things. We it's not just about getting them from grade 1 to grade 12 and they go about their way. You need to, if they don't go to college, they need to be skilled with other life skills that they can carry on life. So the teachers are getting on board, and we trying to teach them that you raising parents. They're going to be parents to other kids. If you shift their mindset now, they're going to be the next leaders. Like a lot of these kids are coming from kind of these neighborhoods will become a cadre. That cadre will become an MP. Guess what they'll do? Nothing, because they are a product of an environment that never really focused on changing their mind.
Yeah.
So we've seen the shift already. We hope more people get involved in making this a reality. And I'm sure Wayne has more to add on to that.
Yeah, so to answer your question, what impact has it done for the local community? It's like we said, let me give you an example of the Christmas event.
Mm-hmm.
When we started the Christmas event, we just had a few, people that we partnered with. But already coming to the third year, the response that we had from even local talent. I mean, I'll give you an example of the gentleman who took the pictures and the videos that we'll be sharing. This is a professional camera person who works with, international companies like MultiChoice. So Paul Kabungo. Paul Kabungo is an amazing. He has so much talent that he took time from his busy schedule and said, let me see how I can also contribute to this.
Nice.
We have like Karen's Kitchen, Karen Mwinde, the caterer that we've been using the 3 years. This is a professional caterer that when you look at the events that she caters for, and she does everything, catering and event planning, she takes time. So you see how the local talent is coming in to help because they've seen the vision and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing this all the way from the United States. How can we, as the local people, put in our talent and see how we can help? So that is how you see how the local community is really getting involved and helping out, which gives us an opportunity now to reach out to all those other businesses in Zambia. This is a major project that we are starting. So we'll need partnership collaborations, like donations, even if it means, say, for instance, Trade Kings would like to donate something toward the nutrition program, or say Zambia Airways, they would like to give back to the community. We're giving businesses in Zambia an opportunity to give back and help create the next generation of leaders.
You know what? That is a very interesting point that you raised. Future said when you went to Matero, the people that you found, you were expecting to find like homeless. Everybody was homeless and stuff, but you found people who were like well put together, but they just didn't have anywhere to go.
Right.
This is to say, I'm piggyback riding on the giving. People should customize the giving, because there are some people who just want a little push to get back on their feet. And there are some, it takes a long time for you to rebuild them. So you can tell yourself, my finances are not big enough to give for a very long time, but here is Mr. Piri. All he needs is to buy him a bicycle so he can go and do his makwe or wherever he goes. Just a bicycle is what he needs, and he's out of the picture. So we go to the next person and the next person. A lot of people are scared to give because they think that you're going to be tied to like giving forever. You can choose how much you can give, and you'll feel good about yourself. So whoever is going to give towards this thing that you're doing, make sure they know that what are the pockets or the little nuggets of giving is there. So I can pick like, oh, you know what? I'll just get this and I'm good.
I want to touch on what Monya said. It's so amazing. And I'm loving this new Zambia that I'm seeing where everybody is just jumping in and here to help. It seems like the one Zambia, one nation that founded or started is now coming. I don't know if it's our age though. It's now coming to fruition.
Yeah.
I see where Zambians are coming together, where the local people that are seeing you coming all the way from the United States of America going to Zambia and say, what can we, the locals, do? Can we come in? Can we do the catering? I cannot give financially, but I can give my gift. I can give my talent. I can be the videographer. I can cook. I can do this. So I'm loving this. And I wish more people can come out and just say, look, I may not give financially, but this is what I'm good at. This is what I can do. I can do the marketing. I can do the videographer. I can do the
Mhm.
I can do the people that just clean. I can clean. I can donate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can wash and feeding over 600 orphans. That's amazing.
no
Just
joke.
a meal on a child's table, guys.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
I'm so proud of you guys. Seriously, I think you're doing a good job. Um, so we want to talk about. I know there are so many things that you've achieved right now, but I'm pretty sure you've stumbled on some challenges and most successes you've already told us, but you can still tell us a little more. But what are the challenges that you've seen happen? Is it a financial challenge? Is it how to penetrate through people's minds so that they can be on the same page as you? For some people, like they're just trying to make money on me. You know, they would not understand that this is not about us. We're already okay. We want to make sure you're okay as well. So what are the challenges that you faced so far?
Okay,
Um,
so one of the challenges I will say is definitely financial.
mm,
Um, we are still trying to reach out there for more donors, more people that can jump on the bandwagon. And then the other biggest challenge that we have seen is just our government, like lack of support from our
yes.
own governments. I mean, it is sad. We've tried to reach out and, so it's gotten to a point where we're just like, okay, I mean, we'll just continue doing what we're doing. So we would love to see where our government can at least see what we are doing and see how they can also come in and kind of like help us, help us meet us halfway or just give that support. So I think that's one of the challenges that I would say. Lack of more involvement from our government, much as we're trying to see how we can help improve the healthcare industry. Maybe if we can have a little bit more support from the government, that would really help. Future.
The challenges, I think Wayne has touched on a lot of the challenges. Some of the other challenges are just resources, not financial resources. Sometimes it's time in kind. Like people don't know how to be proactive. Like I know I'm not doing anything today. Let me go give my time to this cause. Like
Yeah.
if you're just sitting around at home, there's so many
Manpower.
people that
Yeah.
need it. A person at Matero Senior's home might need just your companionship. You just sit with them, listen to their
Yeah.
story. That changes the person's. They feel like they're not forgotten. This one man that I sat down with for a long time, he spoke eloquent English, and he was like, "I'm so happy you came today because you made me feel like I'm not forgotten."
Yeah.
You know,
See?
so time in kind. If you're able to give time in kind, it goes a long way because we can ask for money and everybody's going to say we also need money, but time in kind goes a long way.
Yeah. Simple acts of kindness. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so now that we've talked about the challenges and the successes, of course, I'm going to still dwell on the successes because you guys are making us smile and you're making us proud, especially the fact that there's a misconception about us people in the diaspora, like, oh, we don't want to, we look down on people back home, like, oh, we are in America and stuff. They don't realize that us who are here, we think about back home more than they think about themselves. because you are here and you're feeding 5 homes. That's
Yeah.
thinking about them all the time. If only they can understand that dynamics, we can be on the same page, things will be good. And then like you guys, you're getting local people to help out in things that you're doing. That's the kind of collaboration we want with the people back home. But anyways, let's talk about the balancing of life. I don't know how you guys are doing it. How do you balance life here in America and in Zambia, business wise and on a personal level?
Teacher, you want to go first?
Work-life balance.
Yes.
It's a challenge, I'll say, um, because at work I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a team that reports to me that I have to make sure they're good. And I think one of the challenges I got when I was going into this role, my immediate bosses asked me, are you going to have a conflict because you have this thing that you do in Zambia, and if we promote you to a manager role, are you going to be dedicated to us, or are you going to be dedicated to the thing that you do? You know. So I had to tell them like I can balance the two and convince them like, hey, I'll make it work. Besides the
Yeah.
time differences that works to our advantage, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it's just prioritizing what's critical and what's not. Because if you're not prioritizing, you'll find yourself on phone calls all day long, and by the time you're done, you like I think this is what was happening before. My kids will say, "Dad, you give to everybody. By the time you're done, you have nothing else to give to us. You just want to sit down and just you shut down." So that was a wake up call, and I was like, "Okay, I need to find a way where I can balance these situations that I'm working on, and I dedicate work time to prestige. I dedicate work time to work. And once that is done, and we still kind of working through things because there are times that Wayne will call randomly and say, hey, do you want to talk about this? Or I will call, say, do you want to talk about this? But I think we're getting to a point where let's set boundaries and so that we balance our lives. And the better life balance we have, the better we'll do for the people that we're working for.
Okay,
So
that's
yeah, so
Yeah.
we're finding the balance as we go along.
okay.
Wayne?
Okay.
Yeah. So people who know me know I've always been a very, very hardworking person. So having two major things like here, working here, making a difference, making an impact in the healthcare industry here in the United States, and then also back home. It's kind of like I have people at times who ask me and go like, "How do you do it?" And then I sit back and I'm like, "How do I really do it?" Like,
Yeah.
so I think it helps. It helps in the fact that I've found my calling. I've found God's calling. I've
Yeah.
found my purpose in life. And so, having found my purpose in life, even though it's work related, I
Yeah.
am making an impact in people's lives. So, at the end of the day, much as I will struggle at times where, okay, how am I going to balance this? And especially with the time difference, let's say the 8-hour time difference. By the time you're trying to like finish what you're doing here, okay, it's morning time in Zambia before I go to bed. How
Yeah.
am I going to do this and that? But I have found a median place where I'm able to balance things where work here, also in Zambia, and then at the end of the day, I get back home and put everything aside, and it's time for me and my family, which God has really blessed me with a very, very supportive partner in crime, and so it's where even after a hard day's work, coming home to Greg and knowing like, okay, yes, let's just unwind, let's just have a glass of wine, let's just have family time. Yeah, so it's been really good knowing at the end of the day you are coming home to someone who really loves you, and I mean, regardless of how bad of a day that you had, just getting home just makes everything disappear. So yeah, that's how kind of like we balance it. And those people who know us, they know we love to have a good time. So work so hard, Monday
We
through
see.
Friday. Hey, come Friday, fabulous Malengas are out there, and hey, that's how we balance it. By the time it's coming to Monday, you are so refreshed, so energized, and you get back in the grind. Yeah.
No, we're learning from you guys. We're learning every day. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So Prestige Clinic, fully functioning, going to maternal home, feeding orphans. Future, I know you shared with me that you start a mentorship program for young men that are growing up, which you talked about us. What are your future goals and vision for Prestige besides what you've done now? Like what do you see in 5 years? Like what's your plan?
So the next step is we're in the process of purchasing the property where we're currently at, because we've been renting all this time. So we're in the negotiation stage where we're negotiating with the family. And so 2025, that is one of our goals. The second goal is, as we have been expanding and growing at the clinic, one of the things that has come up from the team there is for us to open up a surgical unit. So we'll be building a surgical unit at the clinic, which is also part of the plans that we have for 2025. And the other major one that we are very excited about is when we started this project, we had actually talked on this show when we said we're going to make a positive impact in the healthcare industry of Zambia. So just for you guys to have a general idea, the last time you had us on the show, we were only having a few patients. I think at that time we would only have like 10 patients in a week. We have grown so much. Word has gone around with the quality care that we're providing, that at this moment we are seeing on average between 350 to 400 patients in a week.
Wow.
In a week.
Really?
It has grown so much that we are now looking at the next phase, which was part of our vision. The next phase is we'll now start buying property throughout the provinces of Zambia, and we'll start building hospitals. The hospitals that we'll be building will be the state of the arts. It will be hospitals that are going to have everything, starting from MRI machines, chest x-ray machines, dialysis machines. You come the same way that when you go to a hospital here in the United States, you're going there, you're going to be treated for everything. We are about to revolutionize the healthcare industry. And we are, mark our words, the next chapter that Prestige has is going to have people turning their heads and going like,
we're already turning our heads right now. From the time you were on our show until this information you're giving us, are you kidding me? That is amazing.
So,
but I have a question for you before you, not to cut you short, before I lose my train of thoughts. Can you elaborate a little bit on who are the recipients of your clinic in Zambia? Who can come to your clinic? Is it a paid visit? Do you have to have, is it NEMA or NEMA? I don't remember what that is. What if they don't have any income whatsoever? Can they still come and see? Can you tell people that are listening, so if they have families that are going through some health challenges, they can see through that?
Good question, Irene.
So, future, okay. So when we started this project, our biggest concern was the healthcare industry in Zambia. If you're not rich, if you don't have money, if you don't have the resources, you literally, it's almost like a death sentence. You're not going to get quality care. You're just going to get whatever you're going to get. So our vision was, why should we put a person's life? This is a person's life. Why can't everyone get a benefit of that quality healthcare? So what we did was we've partnered with NEMA. And so NEMA is the healthcare scheme in Zambia, where regardless of how poor of the poor you are, you can register into NEMA. And we are in partnership with NEMA. So you can come to our clinic, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are like super vulnerable, we will take care of you. So we are taking care of everyone. And that's the vision that we even have for our hospitals. Our hospitals will be A+, but then we'll be catering for everyone.
Everyone.
I have a question. Sorry. I want to ask about, so NEMA is like a Medicaid or Medicare here?
Yes.
Yes.
Like that.
NEMA is pretty much I want to say Medicare is
Medicaid.
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 Yeah.
Medicaid.
which one is Medicare? Medicare is the one that people you
Older or disabled.
yeah. So anybody who's over, if they've never worked, if they're over 65, they qualify for NEMA automatically.
Okay.
Then
Oh, I see.
anybody who's working, who pays into NEMA regardless of age, also has a NEMA.
Okay.
So
So it's like a Medicare and a Medicaid.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've never worked in your life, for as long as you're 65 and over, qualify automatically.
I see.
Then, for as long as you're working and you're paying into it, you access the benefits. Outside of NEMA, though, we have other insurance companies on board. We have One Life, MedLife, over 12 insurance companies that we work with, and a lot of them, their employees access care from our clinic. We just onboarded another insurance company that is more focused on home health. So we'll be providing that aspect of health more than we have. Initially, that was our goal. So we want to go back to that dream of bridging the gap between inpatient and outpatient. So with this insurance company coming on board, I think it changes the conversations of home health, and we're looking at changing the way we've went about it. We just want to find somebody probably who's been in the U.S. before to run the program, because they understand how home health is done compared to
Okay.
the person who's in Zambia. They go with the limited resources that they know of what home health is.
And just to piggyback on what Future just said, so for you guys to have a general understanding, right now in Zambia, the insurance companies don't pay for home health services. So this is the first insurance company that is piloting with us to see, because we have tried to explain to them, with me being in home health for over 10 years here in the United States, we have seen the benefits of preventing unnecessary hospitalizations, continuity of care, and just the quality of the healthcare, how it improves. We've been trying to pitch this, and unfortunately, we had not been successful until now. We finally have the first insurance company that is trying to see where we're coming from. So to add on to our future goals, like we had alluded, this is where we would like the government to see how they can help us out. Let's implement this. This is something that is going to help not just us, but it's going to help the government. It's going to help out the people, because when we are going out there and providing home health in their patient's home, we are helping decongest the hospitals like UTH, Levi Mwanawasa, which is already overcrowded. We are preventing those unnecessary hospitalizations and treating patients from the comfort of their homes. So that is also part of our future goals. We have already started this, and we're going to be the trendsetters that are going to initiate and set the standards of home health the same way that we have set the standards here in the United States.
Go ahead.
And just to maybe highlight how we've become a trusted healthcare provider in Zambia, we were the healthcare choice for the last ended agriculture show for the NEMA stand. We were also the healthcare provider of choice for the COMESA event that they had. This had over 31 countries all over Africa, and we were the healthcare provider they went with. So we're getting our name there. And if you've never visited Prestige, please go to Woodlands. We out there. Tell your friend, like Didi will say. No, Didi. Tell your friend and tell your other friends.
Tell your friends to tell your friends.
Yes.
That Prestige is the in thing.
Yeah.
Go to Prestige Clinic. You're going to get the exceptional healthcare that you've never, ever gotten in Zambia. Mark my words. I'm telling you. And just go there randomly. And
I'll go in.
What is the address? What is the address? Do you have the address?
We'll post it on here.
Post it. Just send it to us. We'll post it.
I think it's 6832 Chavisa Road, Ophir Road. It's next. If you've been to Woodlands, there's a Seventh-day Adventist church, which is huge. We next to it. Yeah.
You're next to it?
Yeah.
Yes. So
But,
the actual address is 6332 Chabisa Road, off Fair Road in Woodlands, Lusaka.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here.
but
Um,
on that, I think are we still talking goals, or we done?
yes,
No,
we are. I was
we
gonna
are.
ask a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think one of the goals, I think we've touched on this, the changing of mindsets quite a bit. When I'm gonna use the IT analogy. When you look at companies like Apple, IBM, you look at Microsoft. Um, what do you think is the most important, hardware or software?
Software.
Software. Software. So yes, while we busy trying to build classes and stuff like that, that's the hardware part that we're doing. But the software, the kids in those classrooms. So we want to invest in the kids. We want to change their mindsets. That's one of the goals. We want to make sure by when we get to say 2064, Zambia is a well-developed country. Like you look at countries like Singapore, you look at Vietnam, they were like where we are. They changed how they think. So changing mindsets is one of the goals that we're working on. And how we're going to achieve that, people need to get involved. And we're looking to partner with stakeholders in Zambia, stakeholders here. Anybody who's willing to help, we're willing to work with.
Great. Any plans of, with Prestige being the best in the country, still working on things to be the best of the best in the country? Any plans of adding classes like nursing school, CNA schools, med tech, like teaching
Yes.
people proper? And I know when you know about this.
Yes. Yes. So that's
People
actually
Add one
trained
more
and
thing.
certified.
One more thing. When you're done with the list.
yeah.
When
So
you're done.
our future goal is, again, like we said, we'll be building hospitals. So when we build hospitals, we'll be needing people to work in these hospitals. So eventually we're going to come up with a nursing school, with CNA school, then nursing school. So then that way, even some of the students that will be graduating from Ivonanji will already have the next stage where we're not just looking at, oh, everyone should go to University of Zambia or CBU or anything like that. We're going to add another layer where, okay, if you're interested in healthcare, we're going to start CNA schools, we're going to start nursing schools, so then that way, as our graduating students are graduating, they are guaranteed of a place to work already through the various hospitals that we're going to have throughout Zambia.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, Priska, I didn't mean to cut you
It's
off.
okay.
I meant to say, add this to the list. We have a surge of drug abuse in Zambia, drug and alcohol abuse. Can you, as you navigate your prestige wings and however you're going to go, can you add that to your list? Because it's one of the biggest challenges that we have, especially for the young people. When we were growing up, we didn't have any problems with drugs, like that. But these children are wired different. So they need our help, they need our guidance, they need our knowledge, things that we know that we can help them, lift them again to be supportive. So can you add that to your list?
It is actually
Have you
already on our
added?
list.
It
It is.
is?
It is
Yep.
already. Just didn't touch on it, but mental health is one of the things that we're going into as well.
Yeah.
One of our board members is a nurse practitioner, and his background is mental health and substance abuse. So
Nice.
we've engaged a few providers in Zambia to do a market, a SWOT analysis to see. We know there. What you call it, behavioral health companies providing what you call it rehab services in
Yeah.
Zambia.
Mhm.
So we had asked somebody to look into it, do a SWOT analysis and get back to us. I think the best thing we're trying to figure out is location, because for people to have successful health rehab or whatever, you
It
need to
has
be
to be
far
far from
away
the city.
from it. know.
Yes.
So when we find a location that'll be suitable where people can just tune out of all the noise and just go get the help that we're looking into that.
Okay, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Well, you
Because
know what?
I think most of these places are like right in the middle of the city. So we're in a rehab facility for 2 weeks. We live from the bar right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a pastor in Kafue who has a rehab center. Apparently, I think his vision, I'm sure it's working. I don't know, but he's in Kafue. He's a pastor, so he has a huge farm. That's where he does this. But I think the students do farming and other things whilst they're in the program for 12 months, so that when they are done, they can be productive human beings when they go. But I don't know how that's working because Kafue is like a mini Lusaka. It's very noisy. So I don't know how that can work. But if you guys are looking into that, I wish you all the best. I really think that's one of the things that should be implemented.
And I think it just takes people being honest and talk about these issues, because I think a lot of people in our society don't look at alcoholism as a disease or substance
Yes.
abuse.
Yes.
They are always ashamed to talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why are you even bringing that up?
Yeah.
So I think we need to come from a space of, hey, let's talk about these issues. These are issues that are affecting the young society and the overall society at all.
Okay, well, this has been an amazing topic, an amazing topic. I'm lack of words to tell you guys how amazing work you're doing in the world. I think a lot of people that are going to watch this show, if they don't watch it now, they watch it later, they'll learn one or two things. And of course, they should visit your website so they can learn a little more in the programs that you are, you know, you have on the website. And for you on a personal level, Mwenya and Future, you are my good friends. You've now become like my family. I have respect for you, and I've seen you grow and become very successful. And I'm hoping the young people that are in the communities, other communities as well, can see through you and learn something from you and become something great, something we can look up to say, oh my God, I saw that boy when he was 14. Now look where he is. Keep doing these things, keep soaring, keep impressing us, and we'll forever support you. You know I support you all the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
Well, Irene has said it all. Of course, Monya, you're now my new best friend.
Yeah, bestie. Hey, bestie.
Literally, you're my friends. But like, truth be told, you guys, this is amazing what you're doing, making a difference in people's lives. Please do not stop, no matter what happens. You are, I don't even know what to say, but keep doing what you're doing, making a difference in somebody's lives, and just taking the initiative of, let me give back to where I come from, especially where you're bringing in something where if I am poor, I cannot afford to go to a hospital. I've lost hope. Like, they can't even treat me. You know what I'm saying? But you're making that difference, changing the community, impacting lives, and making a difference. Let's keep doing that. I am very proud of you. I'm very happy for you. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much for coming on Insaka. The next show we're having is when we do the grand opening for the very hospital that you're doing.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and stay safe.
Go by present.
All right. Thank you.